Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Yeah, we have a lot of discussions this week. So I decided to make a list of things that happened this week, and there's a lot of things that happened in my life. But before we get to that, we're going to go through the PlayAsia top 5 games. Apparently, as soon as I make a list, like a reaction, they decide that they want to come out with a new list as soon as I make one. So they make like twice a week now. But this week they haven't had one. So we're going to go off of the second list of last week. And the song in here is called Sweet Tooth. It's kind of relaxing. So this list is a little better than the first time they did it. I was giving them Fs, 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 only because they added one game that's relevant right now. And the first game they added was called Fight Crab. This is a very Japanese sounding game, Fight Crab. And it's $39.99, and it didn't look like anything interesting to me, and I think it's overpriced for what it is. And the second game on their list, this is not my personal list, this is PlayAsia's list. It's called Namcot Collection, so this is a bunch of Namco games, and this is actually not bad. It's like $25 if you want the Japanese version, $29.99 for the English. It has many languages, the Asian version. So the second game on their list was, third game on their list was The Last of Us Part 2, which I kind of think maybe it's not going to get any better. I don't think the game can get worse. I played 3.5 hours of the game. I'm going to continue tonight, so check that out. We'll play together. There's not any major spoilers, I think, left in this game. So, yeah, we got through the bad part. So the rest of it is like pretty much spoiler free if you haven't been spoiled already by the beginning part. This game, if you are going to get it, they still have the collector's edition, the special edition. PlayAsia actually has all that. But you also can get that on Amazon too, I think. And Best Buy was the one that you can get it. But yeah, if you want to help support me and you still want the game, you can use the link down below. Use the code R3D, you get $3 off. And the next game was called Headliner. It's like a news Japanese game. I don't know. And the last game was called, this one actually looks interesting, but I don't know the English name. It's from NIS, and it's called Shoujo Jigoku no Doku Muzumi. I don't know how to say that, but that's the other game. Hey there, Shadow. And yeah, so overall, this is like, because it has The Last of Us on there, I would give this maybe a C, a D. None of these games are particularly interesting. And we're finished with the list. That's the top 5 PlayAsia games from last week. They made 2 videos. So this is the second video, and they decided, oh, they saw Red's video. Okay, we're going to add The Last of Us Part 2 on there when it just came out last week. Why wouldn't you have already had it on your list? They obviously don't want to sell it. It's okay, Shadow. Come to the stream tonight. I will try to eat food very fast, and then I'll play the game, because I want to get through the game and maybe get a review, but you're going to get some of my thoughts on the game. I'll do that at the end, if more people come, maybe. And then maybe I'll cut it into another video. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was, yeah, leave your comments down below. We can have a discussion, okay? The next thing I wanted to talk about was Death End Request 2. So Death End Request 2 has an official Western release date, so that's nice, right? So they have a release date of August 28th for Europe and North America, so that's nice. And I really want to play that because the first game is so good. The gameplay is so unique and good, but the second game, I didn't buy the Japanese version, because when I played the Japanese version at Death End Request 1, it was so hard, and even the normal game is a little difficult to maneuver, and especially when you don't know everything that's going on because it's a different language, it can make it really difficult to figure out when you have to go to the real world and you have to go to the virtual world. So sometimes that gets confusing. In Japanese, it's probably really difficult. And for the looks of it, I'm the only one here. Yeah, you are. You and me. We're the only ones here right now. Yeah. Don't forget to hit that like button. I think it's because it's so late in America right now. I'm sorry I couldn't get it earlier. It's just the time of the lunch has changed for me at my school. So it's really bad. I'm doing pretty good. This fight crab has me interested in. The name is interesting, but I don't think I'd spend $40 on this game. Yeah, it is. What is it? Armed and dangerous, using your claws, 40 different weapons and items to flip your opponent. What? A game where you are a crab and you fight crab. It sounds like the worst game. It's a 3D fighting game where you're a crab and you fight other crabs. You fight other crabs. Oh my gosh. So then the next thing on my list, Neptunia, Vtubers, Neptunia Virtual Stars. That game comes out in August 6th. So on August 6th, that will come out in Japan. So America, maybe it'll come out in the spring, probably PS5. There is a new Crash game. You're right, Shadow. There's a new Crash game coming out on, I don't know when, but it's called Crash 4. It's called About Time. And I still haven't played the collection yet. I thought maybe my girlfriend would be into it. She was not into it at all. It is an easy game, but maybe too easy. And she's not into that type of game. But I think I'd actually enjoy it more on the Switch. Because on the Switch you can play on the go. I think it would be more fun. And then the next thing, they also released a trailer for Neptunia Virtual Stars. And that was for North America. So this is an English trailer. It was released during the New Game Plus Expo live stream. And it has, let me see, I can give you guys the link to the article, but it doesn't have the video. There's the link to the article, and why is it not playing? There's the music, okay. And yeah, I got a link to the article. It has a whole bunch of written things, and it's not like translated, so it's in English, so everything's easy to read. And that's on Jamatsu, so I gave you the link to that. And the next thing on the list, Catherine, I got a email from Atlas. It's coming to the Switch. I think it's in July, so it's very soon. So it's coming to the Switch very soon if you like Catherine, the game. Next thing on my list, Ys 9 comes out in 2021 for the Nintendo Switch, PS4. I'm not sure about Xbox, but that's coming out in the West on in 2021. And then there was also another announced game, Earth Defense Force 6, if you like fighting bugs. If you like fighting bugs, then you'll like Earth Defense Force. It's actually not a bad game. Those games, sometimes on the PS4, PS3, they got laggy because there's so many bugs. It's crazy. And you can play with your nephew or something. I don't think it's that bad of a game. I guess there's bug blood, but I don't think that's that bad. I think it's still M for mature, though, because there's bug blood. I don't think there's any swearing or anything. But those games are pretty fun. You can play with your, if you have a son or a daughter, I think you could play those games. And the last thing I wanted to go over was, so minor spoilers, major spoilers for The Last of Us Part 2. So these are my official thoughts on the game. What's going on out there? Okay, so these are my official thoughts on the game. I thought the game would be okay. I thought the whole death that happens would be okay if the game actually built up to the death. But they don't. They don't build up to the death, and it's just bad. The death had no meaning, no point to it. They just killed the character off. So when they killed the character off, I had no emotion. Like, there was no build up. It was after like 2 hours into the game that it happens. It's not the ending of the game. I thought it would be, see, here's the thing. I thought it'd be, okay, it's okay. And I already figured it out before I read all the comments on my ending video in different Last of Us videos. I'd be okay with it if they gave the death meaning, because it's such an important character for PlayStation and the whole franchise. So I can understand why people are so pissed off, though. I was pissed off later. I had to think about it, and I dreamt about it, and I was a little angry about it later, not right away, because there was no build up to it. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on it. I would be okay if someone gave it like a 1 out of 10 because of that, because I completely understand where you're coming from when you're giving it like a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10. I don't know how you can even give this game a 10 out of 10. It has to get better, I think. It can't get any worse. If it gets worse, I'll update you guys in another one of these videos, but I don't see how the game can get worse than what already has happened. The whole game has been a slow burner, and it's like 25, 30 hours. It's already been pretty slow enough. So I don't see it getting any worse than what's already happened in the game. And also it also didn't make sense that they killed off one character and then they don't just kill. Why didn't they just kill off all the other ones that were in the room? Like Tommy. I thought Tommy would have just been. I thought they already killed him first. It didn't make any sense to me. Just kill off all the other characters then. It doesn't make any sense. It feels like to me they hired the guys that wrote Game of Thrones, the ones that wrote the last season that had no direction because the book wasn't finished yet. It feels like the writers of Game of Thrones were writing for The Last of Us, and even that last season was better than the beginning of this game. We're talking about The Last of Us Part 2, Zephyr. Yeah, we're talking about The Last of Us Part 2. So, yeah, like I said, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that Game of Thrones, which do you think was better? Game of Thrones, the final season, or The Last of Us Part 2, just like the first 3 hours? Because I was very disappointed. If I would have paid $180 for that collector's edition, or the Ellie edition, $400 on eBay, I hope there's drop in price, because those people suck. There's people reselling them for like $400, $500. I hope they don't get their money back. I hope they lose money on that, because that's ridiculous. Increase the price by like $200 to $300. That's ridiculous. Yeah, hello Zephyr, welcome. Yeah, so what are your guys' thoughts on The Last of Us, if you have any? Game of Thrones probably stings more. Yeah, because, well, the thing is, Game of Thrones was 10 years, maybe? I forget when it started, but when I watched it, I watched like season 1 through season 5 or 5? I think season 1 through 5, and then I had to wait like every other year or something. I think the last season took like almost 2 years to make it. I can't remember. But yeah, that last season was so disappointing. And I had the same exact feeling when, about Daenerys and Jon Snow. Like, you build Jon Snow up, and he does nothing at the end. He literally did nothing. What did he do? And like, I would have been okay if Daenerys, I think a lot of people feel this way, if Daenerys, like how she goes crazy and everything, if there's a build up, you have many episodes that build up to that, that's okay. Like, yeah, she goes crazy, but give us a reason. Show us how she changes into the Mad Queen. Do something like that instead of just, oh, she's just crazy and kills innocent people. When before she was actually saving the slaves and the poor people. And now she goes from that to killing everyone, and they don't have like any explanation. She just goes crazy. And it's like, why? Like the same thing here. And even like Jon Snow, like I said, they build him up to do what? Nothing. He didn't kill the Night King. So what was the point of him? They built him up and they brought him back to life. Why did they bring him back to life? He had no point in the, like, I understand that. Let's see. Game of Thrones price takes more. Give me a shout out. Hey there, Accra. Welcome. I got confused on which company made The Last of Us 1 and 2. I thought it was the people that... No. The Evil Within was made by Bethesda. Bethesda was the publisher. The person, I think it's the same person that made the original Resident Evil. Naughty Dog, the same people that made Uncharted, made The Last of Us, Part 1 and 2. Part 1 is so much better right now, the point that I'm at in the game, compared to Part 2. Part 2 is... I have to play the game more, but I really hope it gets better. And everyone's saying that it gets worse. Red Venom Corp, whatever his gaming channel is, Red Venom Gaming, he said that he stopped playing after the spoiler scene, which that really sucks, because I don't want to give up on the game. If I paid $60 for a game, I'm going to play through it all. But yeah, like I said, if they gave the death meaning, if they built up to the death, if they didn't just rush the death, maybe it would be better. But even the way the person dies, it doesn't make sense. You sound like Ruben925. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to take that as a compliment. Thank you. But yeah, that's how I feel. And I would never give this game a 10 out of 10 just because of that. It would lose at least 2 or 3 points, I think. So it starts at like a scale of 7. And I do like the gameplay. The gameplay is fun. But the story right now, it's boring. It's worse than... I thought it'd be like the first game, really good. And there's a lot of parts where like it's just Ellie and her girlfriend, and it's not the same. And even their jokes, I did not laugh at all. Like there's little jokes in there. They're not funny. And yeah, it's really disappointing so far. So what do you guys think? Oh, also there was a new thing I wanted to talk about. Let me see. On YouTube. Okay, I'm going to show you here. So on YouTube, they added a new feature in analytics that I had no idea about. So here's the analytics. So they added this. So they added a thing when your viewers are live, or when are your viewers watching your videos. So before you had to pay for another service, and I hated that. And now they have a thing, so like most of your viewers watch, so this is like the highest time that your viewers watch is at 12 a.m. Like every day you guys watch 12 a.m. This is in GMT time. And then like here, this is when the least amount of your viewers are watching your videos. So the highest is the darkest purple. So apparently you guys really watch on Sunday nights. Yeah, so that's cool. I really like this. I wish it would be a little better, like show how many people are watching. That would be cool. But this also helps because you don't have to buy a third-party thing. Like TubeBuddy, I like TubeBuddy, but it doesn't do this. There is another one, but I couldn't get the discount, and it was the first time that I tried subscribing. I couldn't get the discount on Black Friday, so I went with TubeBuddy. TubeBuddy shows you what tags to use, different things. You can research a lot with TubeBuddy. I like TubeBuddy. But yeah, so I'm going to keep TubeBuddy, but this is also very useful. This is in the analytics. It's called, which part is it? Audience. So you go to your audience part. And that's really cool. They also have other things like, yeah, right here, this is really bad though. You guys should check out my videos. Not subscribed, 96%. Subscribed, 3% of my viewers. So this is the watch time. And this is a majority is from, this is really surprising though. United States, Indonesia, Thailand, then Japan, then United Kingdom. And majority are male, which I've learned to accept that. But it has gone up. This used to be 90% male. So I guess when I stopped doing the sexy games, it changed. I'll take a look at it when I get on my computer. Yeah, this is cool. This was added like a week ago. I had no idea about it. Yeah, this is my view. I can't show you how much I make, but this is like this is viewers, I guess. It went up because of The Last of Us, but Yeah, so check out my Last of Us videos. Some of them still have like only 100-something views on some of them. But yeah, that's my analytics if you wanted to see them. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I don't make much. I actually make less than the Red Venom Gaming that I was talking about. He gets less views, more money, but I think he has more ads in his videos. So I have less ads in my videos. So I might start adding a little bit more ads, like maybe 1 or 2, because usually it was like for like a 3-hour video, I had 1 ad. So maybe I need to add like breaks. Let me see your comments. I have to look at here. Let me see. And show top comment, all comments. Okay. I would give Sonic 2006 kind of a better rating than The Last of Us Part 2. I do like that there's a new game plus, but there are no trophies for difficulty, so you can play on the easiest difficulty every single time if you wanted to platinum that game. And like where things are hidden, they're not really hidden. They're not in certain like also that the placement of hidden items, they're just always in a building. Like they're not like in The Last of Us 1, you had to shoot something out of a tree in order to get the Firefly pendants. There was also secret conversations. There were more Easter eggs. There were more things. It just felt, I guess, harder. Maybe that's, yeah, I guess it is a little harder. On a fun note, any new, actually, Zephyr, we already talked about this. Neptunia, Vtubers, you can rewind, or I'm going to talk, I'll just say it right now again. It comes out August 6th, so it got delayed. It was supposed to come out in July in Japan. It's coming out August 6th in Japan. And there was a new trailer released, which maybe I'll upload to my channel since I got an English trailer. There was an English trailer, a teaser trailer. But I have gameplay videos and gameplay trailers from before last week. What is your favorite Danganronpa game? My favorite Danganronpa game, the first game. The first game I think is the best. The third game has a really good surprise at the very beginning. It's like after 3 hours. Like the first chapter is like 3 hours long. And it has a really surprising part after the first trial, I think. Or it's during the first trial. Which they changed from the demo. So someone watched my demo trial version of the game. They changed it. So they had no spoilers. They changed who... What happened? That was weird. Oh, someone was calling me. I wish I had the calls turned off. Okay. No, it wasn't lag. Someone tried to call me. This is on my phone. Let me get the music back. I don't know where it went. It makes me more relaxed. There you go. Okay. Yeah, there's no lag. It was just someone tried to call me on my phone. And yeah, we talked about the top 5 playasia games. So if you do want to buy anything, maybe the Namcot Collection is probably the best game. You can use one of the links below. No one has bought anything since March. So if you guys do want to help support me, use any of the links if you want to buy a game. And then we talked about the news, and then we talked about The Last of Us Part 2. So those are the timestamps if anyone wants to put them in later. And yeah, I talked about everything I wanted to. The Last of Us, I got everything off my chest about The Last of Us. It just didn't feel like a meaningful death. It was too soon, and like my friend said, it felt rushed. It did feel so rushed. And the story is so boring right now. It's bland, it's boring, and yeah. When was the first time we met? I don't know. You've been a subscriber here a long time. I don't remember. Hey, Brian. That VVV has a VTuber. It has a lot of VTubers. There's a whole list. Go on Jamatsu and you can find the VTuber, the Vtunia, all the news, and they have everyone listed in the video. Compile Heart also did a second video. Illheart, that's their VTuber. It's Compile Heart's VTuber. they did a second video about the gameplay. So I don't know if I'm going to do a reaction to that or if you guys want to watch it in a live stream or something. Maybe we can do that later. Tonight I'm going to live stream The Last of Us Part 2. Maybe if I start at 6 or 7, probably 7 o'clock, maybe 5 hours. Maybe I'll get 5 hours into that game. I want to try to get as much as I can. And yeah, at least you don't have any more spoilers. And if anyone spoils anything, I have a bunch of blockers. So as soon as you comment something like that, it just blocks your comment now. So that's good. I should have had that set up before, but I forgot how to do it. And also I was streaming, I have the stream, let me see if I can get it up. I don't know how many of you missed the stream. If you want to watch it, it has my commentary on it. And I am gonna, don't worry, I'm gonna change the picture to red Last of Us. Added a shadow effect. People on Twitter were saying you should use white, so I used white. And then I saw on YouTube you guys said you wanted red, but in the comments you said you wanted white. But I'm gonna change it to red for the next time. Let's see, live stream. And I also, oh, here's another thing. I got a copyright strike. Let me see, where's that? Here's this. View on YouTube and copy. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the upcoming one. Okay. View on YouTube and copy. Yeah, I got a copyright strike. Isn't that nice? I got a copyright strike on a Mortal Kombat X video, which I live streamed that also. So you guys saw me playing the game. So all the gameplay and that content came from my live stream before. So I got a copyright strike, and it just has the person's name. No YouTube channel, no nothing. And it has his email. I can give you guys his email, but I think that'd be against YouTube's terms of service. Maybe I'll get in trouble. But I have his email, and I did a counter copyright strike. Strike, not a... So I thought I couldn't even stream. But the thing, I could stream. YouTube used to make it, you can't stream if you get one copyright strike. They changed the rules. They made it nice. You used to have to wait like a month just to get the counter strike. They used to do counter strike. They did that. They used to do it where you couldn't stream, you couldn't do a lot. They changed a lot. They made it easier if someone does false flag you. And I couldn't even find the guy's channel, and all the channels with the name, none of them had Mortal Kombat footage, so I'm really safe because I did a live stream. It was live. I did commentary. I did many things, and it's like, it's in fair use with Warner Brothers. I think are the ones that make NetherRealms. They're the ones that make the game. I'm gonna try to find the copyright strike here. I didn't even have to do the school thing. Usually you have to do a school. So it says, do nothing, strikes expire after 90 days. That's if you do nothing, 90 days. It used to be 6 months. So back in the day, it was 6 months. And it says, request a retraction, submit a counter notification. So I did a counter notification thing. Deleting the video will not remove the strike. It's for a Mortal Kombat video. Oh, I can see the video. How do I see the video? That's what I want. I want to see the person's video. Man, that sucks. It says Eduardo Pantaja. That's the guy's name that copyrighted me. I'll copy it down below so you guys can see it if you know anything. That's his name. I really want to live stream on mobile, but I need 1,000 subscribers. It's stupid. You didn't used to need that. You just need to be partnered, which that's probably what it is. You need to be partnered before you can live stream. But I think they changed that to like anyone could live stream. But I think they also changed it, which you said you need 1,000 subscribers. That's probably what they changed it to. Yeah, I hate false flaggers too. I like that. Now, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, I like that. I like your comment, Zephyr. Let's see. Let's see. And all the new comments are all on The Last of Us. It's crazy. It got 60,000 views, I think. Okay. Why can't it be 100 subscribers? I think it's because it's the reliability factor. YouTube wants your channel to be reliable for advertisers, so that's why. And my girlfriend is messaging me right now. Also, I have good news in real life. So once it happens, when and if it happens, it's gonna happen. So when it happens, I'll let you guys know, and I'll update you about my life a little bit, and maybe we can do something together. I don't know if she's gonna want to do that, but maybe in the future we can. Because I'm almost at 100, which is I'm really excited about. Oh, that's cool. Congrats on that. I hope you get there soon, buddy. But yeah. Yeah, if you guys want a game that's similar to The Last of Us, let me see if I can find it. A Plague Tale, which I did a live stream. I did a whole live stream on that. That game is like The Last of Us, but really good. It's better than The Last of Us Part 2. I'll give you guys a link. If I can find the video. There it is. Oh, she's doing great. I love my girlfriend. Yeah. Yeah, this Plague's Tale, which it has no view because this game is so underrated. Well, not underrated, underappreciated. It has a similar style of like you have to create things, like The Last of Us does, in order to you can make things. You can upgrade with a bench. It has a really dark story, and I think some of it was like based on real like events that happened before, like the plague that happened. There was a plague like this that actually happened in real life, but and there's even I can't spoil anything, but yeah, check out my review. That's like 14 minutes. That review is really good. I went into real details on it, but it just didn't get a lot of attraction, just because it's a small Focus Home though. I don't think they're that small of a company, but they're smaller than the big publishers like Naughty Dog, Activision, but they make some good games. I'm back. Tell her I said hi. Yeah. I will. Don't worry. Okay, so it's been 30 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. I will live stream tonight, so even if it doesn't show up on my channel right away, be sure to check it out. Like the video, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next week.